Barry Minkow was just a teenager, bright smile, quick mind, and a name soon to be infamous. People saw a prodigy, but beneath the charm, he was building an empire of deception from his parents' garage. At 16, he masterminded a massive fraud. The business? Ziz Best. It promised the best clean, but the only thing best was the illusion. The world saw a prodigy. They missed the darkness. Every trick has a cost. The boy wonder's secret was about to explode. It started simply, a carpet cleaning business in Reseda, California. Young Barry working hard, building something real, or so it seemed. The vans were real, the cleaning supplies real at first. ZZ Best promised quality, satisfaction. The phones rang, business boomed. Those vans became a symbol of entrepreneurial spirit, a young man making his mark. The company expanded, carpets to restoration, big jobs, lucrative contracts, millions of dollars, on paper. Too good to be true. The facade gleamed, polished to perfection, but behind it, something was festering. The real business wasn't cleaning carpets, it was cleaning out investors. The world wanted to believe in Barry. He gave them a show. But every show ends. The clean facade was about to crack. The real story was just beginning. The truth about Ziz Best? The carpet cleaning was real, but just a front. So the scheme began. A classic Ponzi, with a teenage twist. Money from new investors paid off the old, creating the illusion of a thriving business. It was all smoke and mirrors. A financial house of cards. The pressure was immense. Barry had to keep finding new money, every day. Ziz Best became a public company. Its shares soared. Barry was a Wall Street sensation. People believed, people trusted, people lost everything. Every Ponzi scheme ends the same way, with collapse. Barry's was no different. The tide was rising, time was running out. Barry Minkow wasn't just a fraudster, he was a performer. His greatest tool? Charm. He could talk anyone into anything. He had an answer for every question, a smile that disarmed suspicion. People mistook his confidence for brilliance. He played his audience perfectly, targeting investors with surgical precision. Sophisticated businessmen, experienced lenders, they all fell under his spell. He told them what they wanted to hear. Endless profits, a company that couldn't fail. He used his youth as a shield. Who would suspect a kid? The stock market became his playground. He manipulated prices, fueled the frenzy. Z Best stock was hot. Barry stoked the fire with press releases and exaggerated claims. He was a master of public relations, even if it was all fiction. He made people believe they were getting rich. His arrogance grew. He felt untouchable. He taunted critics, dismissed doubters, believed his own hype. Barry wasn't just running a company, he was conducting a symphony of deception, and for a long time the music played on, sweet, seductive, and utterly false. The performance couldn't last forever. Every act has a final curtain. Barry's was coming soon. The audience was about to see behind the mask. The tricks were running out. The truth was waiting in the wings. Barry's greatest illusion was about to be exposed. The applause was about to stop, and silence would follow. How do you fake a business earning millions? Barry Minkow found ways. He understood that seeing is believing. So he created things for people to see. He became a master illusionist. His stage, the world of high finance. His props, forged documents, empty buildings. He faked paperwork on an industrial scale, invoices, contracts, insurance claims, all for jobs that never happened. When Z Best needed to show off restoration projects, Barry rented unfinished buildings, put up signs, hired temps, just long enough for inspections. Then it all vanished, like a mirage. He even fooled accountants and lawyers, always one step ahead. He built a Potemkin village of a company, all facade, no substance. The money was real, the consequences even more so. The illusion was brilliant, but every illusion ends. And when the curtain fell, the fallout was devastating. Even the best illusions can't last forever. Cracks appeared in Barry's perfect facade. Whispers started, rumors of irregularities. Some people got suspicious. They asked questions. Hard questions Barry couldn't answer with a smile. The magic faded. The Los Angeles Times started digging, uncovering inconsistencies, small at first but persistent, the kind of scrutiny that makes con men nervous. Then came the regulators, the SEC. They had serious questions about the company's finances. Law enforcement started to circle. They smelled fraud, a big one. The net tightened around Ziz Best and Barry Minkow. He had been so good at controlling the narrative, staying ahead of the game. But now, the game was changing. The hunters became the hunted. The pressure mounted. Every phone call, a threat. Every knock, a possible end. The walls closed in. There was nowhere left to hide. The illusion was breaking. The truth was coming for Barry. The boy wonder's time was up. The investigation was relentless. The evidence mounting. Barry's empire was crumbling. The end was near. The chase was over. The reckoning had begun. Barry's secrets were about to be exposed. The world was watching. And the fall would be spectacular. The mask was off. The real Barry Minkow was about to be revealed. And it wasn't pretty. Once the first crack appeared, Z Best began to crumble, swiftly, dramatically. One lie exposed another, a chain reaction of deceit. The illusion shattered, the truth came rushing out, and it was ugly. Investigators discovered the restoration jobs were almost entirely fabricated. Billions in supposed contracts vanished, because they never existed. Fake addresses, phantom contacts, forged documents. The scale was breathtaking. Employees began to talk late-night shredding, staged sites, constant pressure to maintain the fiction. The company was rotten to its core, built on fear and lies. Barry demanded loyalty, even as he led everyone toward disaster. The dominoes fell faster and faster. Ziz Best crashed to earth, bankrupt, worthless. The Boy King's reign was over. His empire, a ghost, a figment of his own twisted imagination. The dream had become a nightmare. The truth was out. The story was over for Ziz Best, but the consequences were just beginning. The fallout would be felt for years, and Barry's legacy would haunt the financial world. The collapse of Z Best was a financial catastrophe for so many. Investors large and small lost everything. Millions vanished. Life savings, retirement funds, hopes for the future, all turned to ash. The losses were staggering, over $70 million in 1987 money. People lost homes, businesses, faith in the system. The human cost was immense, lives shattered, ripple effects everywhere. It wasn't just numbers, it was real people, real pain, caused by the greed and deception of one young man and those who enabled him. Barry Minkow's downfall was as spectacular as his rise. Arrested, charged with fraud, conspiracy, money laundering. The trial was a media sensation, the evidence overwhelming. The boy who could talk his way out of anything? Not this time, the law caught up. He was convicted, sentenced to 25 years in prison, from teenage millionaire to federal inmate. His charm had run out, his lies exposed. Even then, some saw a lingering arrogance, a lack of true remorse, as if he still believed he was smarter than everyone else. The prison gates closed behind him, but the story wasn't quite over. The damage was done. The lesson unforgettable. Barry's fall was a warning to all. Trust, once broken, is hard to repair. The echoes of his fraud would linger, and the world would never forget. The story of Barry Minkow and Ziz Best is more than a tale of financial crime. It's a haunting reminder of how easily we can be fooled. Charisma can mask deceit. The desire to believe blinds us to the truth. Decades later, the lessons still hold. It teaches us about trust, how fragile it is, how devastating its betrayal can be. Minkow exploited that trust, preying on hopes and ambitions. The financial world learned hard lessons. Or did it? New scams emerge, new fraudsters try their luck. The lure of easy money is powerful, always has been, always will be. The Ziz Best scandal forced changes in regulations and auditing. But can any system ever be truly foolproof? It's a constant battle between those who build trust and those who exploit it. Barry Minkow's story is a cautionary tale for investors, regulators, all of us. Be skeptical, ask questions, do your homework. If something seems too good to be true, it almost certainly is. The echoes of his con linger in the financial abyss, a reminder of the darkness behind the brightest smiles, and the importance of vigilance. Always. The story ends, but the warning remains.